Okay, welcome back to Deus Ex. Last time, we started to explore this Hell's Kitchen. We rescued Fort Schick from a secret underground laboratory, a friend of Smuggler, another new acquaintance of us, and we also solved the hostage situation at the Tom Hotel. I think next we'll go to see what's in the Underworld Tavern.
Buy ambrosia from a drug dealer?
We're talking about your wife, the Grey Death.
I don't know. If I gave it to her, and it was cut...
Jojo's good for it. People know him. He'd be hanging from a streetlight if he was selling bad vaccine. Hey, Shay, kick card. Here's a little vodka this time. Coming up.
Guess I have to do something.
I spill my drink!
Oh no. Yeah, it's... Actually... Yeah, let's try... No, I think the ambience is still a bit loud.
I spill my drink! I spill my drink!
Where would be this ambience?
You would never forgive yourself if...
I know.
It's to be expected. Ambrosia is a controlled substance. Most people don't even think it exists.
Still a bit
To be
loud.
panning chits in a grimy alley somewhere.
You ought to be thankful the dealers got their hands on it. A week from now, listen to me. I say this for your own good. Next week, it might be too late.
Yes?
Just curious. I thought I heard you say ambrosia.
My wife has the plague.
He already lost his daughter.
Sorry to hear that.
So do I trust some street punk called Jojo to get me pharmaceuticals? Trust him with my wife's life?
I thought ambrosia was an urban legend.
Jojo probably just wants to sound like a player. I shouldn't get my hopes up.
I don't know what to say. You just have to do what you think is right.
Well, if you show some sympathy to this guy, he actually has some things he can reveal to you.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm glad. I hope she does better.
Can't be any worse for her than morphine.
Hey, Shay, one for the road.
Can I ask a question?
Go right ahead.
I'm looking around for a power generator, possibly hidden, large enough to power a building.
You in real estate?
I just need to find it.
Oh, of course. You know, I tied in power at a place a few blocks south. A warehouse. Strangest thing. They wanted to conceal these gas-driven generators on the second floor. Didn't give a hoot if their own people got asphyxiated.
How do I get over there?
No way through the blockades now. We went over some rooftops to get there. There was a lift. The code was 3316, I think.
Thanks for the tip.
Yep. Sometimes it pays to be nice to people.
What can I get you?
You work here, you must know the area. Heard of an old warehouse with an illegal power generator?
Not exactly, but if you're looking for a warehouse, you should probably start in the warehouse district.
Where's that?
A few blocks south. Not a bad walk, but the riot police have blocked the roads because of the NSF.
I'd like to check it out.
Well, you may be out of luck. Even though one of the old warehouses faces onto the park, I don't know how you'd get inside.
Sounds like a good place to start.
Something to drink. Everything in the bar, snacks too, just 10 credits.
That's some heavy augmentation.
Yeah. Ask your Netco, what's it to you?
I'm in the business.
Well, I was in an early program, okay? I can still polish a glass. Good luck with your business.
I guess you took a little offense from the remark. She's obsolete.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Hey, you look like the vigilante type. What if I said I knew where you could load up on military hardware?
You mean that guy smuggler across the street?
Already know him, huh? Too bad. Hey, how about I tell you about something you can't hear from anybody else?
What's that?
Area 51. You heard of it, right?
Actually, I'd rather hear whether you know anything about a warehouse with an illicit generator.
I worked out there. Most people think they got aliens from another planet, but I didn't see any flying saucers. You want to hear about it? I'll tell you. For the price of a beer.
Right.
Shoot.
Just a scavenging for a
Beer, please.
There you go.
What do you have for me?
You can have this beer.
That one's warm. Get me something from the bartender.
Yeah, it's a glitch.
The tap's out. Only bottles.
Beer, please.
There you go.
Is this good enough?
What do you have for me?
You can have this beer.
I appreciate it. Yep, I know for a fact it's not just for government research. I've seen all kinds of executives coming and going.
I'm sure plenty of bureaucrats fly out there.
Billionaires, big executives. I think the whole place has been taken over by a private corporation.
Not likely.
Something's going on underground. I'm a pilot, which means I didn't get any access to the main complex. But a lot of rock comes out of there. It's some kind of mine. But what I don't understand is why they're always laying more fiber optic cables.
A pilot? What do you fly?
Copters. You know what I think? I think that's where the UN moved Echelon 4 back when they promised they were going to stop spying on people.
Surveillance is a very distributed technology. To centralize it in one large facility would be very unusual, even for the UN.
I bet they did it. They want to centralize everything. Every computer on the planet.
Yeah. Hey, Chuck. Have another beer on me. Oh.
You the guy that helped Sandra?
I think your friend is going to be all right.
What about Johnny?
He's on his back in the alley.
Serves him right. About time.
What can you tell me about his boss, Jojo?
Oh, Jojo, he's nothing, man. We used to go out. His body mods? Cosmetic. Scars? I saw him cut his face one time just so he'd look mean.
Maybe I'll cap his ass, too.
Well, if you ever want to get into the warehouse where he hides out, I know the code. It's 3316.
Thanks. You've been very helpful.
And that's another way you can learn about the service elevator code.
I talked to your father. He asked me to invite you back home. No strings attached.
How sweet.
You could at least let your father know you're all right.
He knows where I am.
You mad at him or something?
No, but I don't want him running my life like he runs that cheap hotel.
He doesn't do such a bad job.
He never got nowhere because he never took chances. That ain't me. I'm gonna do things my way.
I think you should be more grateful for what he's done. Let's leave it at that.
Mind your own business.
Teenage angst.
Jojo shouldn't stick us with guys like Johnny. That ain't cool.
That ain't cool. Are you cool?
Joe Green, Midnight Sun, glad to know you. What can you tell me about what's going on out there?
Sorry, regulations prevent me from talking to the press.
Regulations, huh? So you are part of the crackdown.
Like I said, I have nothing to say.
Too stylish for the National Guard? Too athletic for NYPD? You must be from UNATCO.
I really can't be bothered right now. How about I ask you a few questions?
Splendid! I certainly would like to know what an international anti-terrorist organization expects to find in a dive like this.
On second thought, I don't need your help.
Then let me ask you a question. What do you think about the summary executions happening on the very streets of New York?
I'd call it civil unrest.
Let me be more pointed. How does it feel to be ordered to murder civilians just because they support the fastest growing political movement in this nation's history?
In a democracy, armed rebellion is criminal, not political.
Rebellion, as the Declaration of Independence tells us, is not only our right, but our duty when we have suffered a long train of abuses and usurpations. This is gonna make a great story.
Journalist, huh? Used car salesman, question mark. Joe Green, Midnight Sun. Let's see. Yeah, we still have the free clinic.
All clear.
Okay, thank you. Free clinic to explore.
The riot cops are running scared.
Reminds me of Washington. I was there when the NSF overran Squalnomi, back when they were called the Northwest Secessionist Forces.
Were you at Squalnomi?
Yeah, it was night. They came in with thermoptic camo and we never picked them up on any of the sensors. What a goddamn mess.
I didn't know.
Had a hard time sleeping after that. Didn't do real good on the psych evals either. Got drummed out in short order.
The Army probably didn't want to have any reminders hanging around.
Yeah, and now look what they got. NSF in downtown Manhattan. Same guys that nearly whooped us in the Northwest. Bet the brass remembers Squalnomi now.
Yep, there's always interesting conversations between different characters. If it just bothered you, stay quiet,
Welcome to Tenderloin Clinic.
eavesdrop, and listen.
Not now. Please. Leave me alone.
Who will help the widow's son?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else.
That line, I believe, is a greeting for the Freemasons.
The NSF are playing right into our hands.
So perhaps this guy is a member of Freemasons. Maybe he was expecting someone. Or used that line to test whether JC is also a member.
You look like the do-it-yourself type. How about the automated care plan? Only 2,000 credits. Medkits are 300, but if you want augmentation work, you need the bots.
A bit pricey.
Never mind.
As you wish.
Got a few credits?
You have the plague?
Nah. Cops ran us off the streets. Usually I go into the water tunnels in the warehouse district, but somebody boarded up the window.
You live in a tunnel?
Actually, I like to stay on the roof of this big apartment building. Nice view, if it's not too cold. There's a freight elevator at the end of the tunnel.
Where's that window you were talking about?
It's a basement window in the park south of the hotel.
One of the doctors can help you.
Okay. Yeah, the elevator he's talking about is the one that we got the code for. Hello?
Hi, I'm in charge of law enforcement on this block. You doing alright?
Yeah. They told me to come in here. Is that okay?
Perfectly fine. Just making sure everyone's safe.
Hey, while you're at it, you ought to do something about the NSF. Perfectly good shelter.
You know what they're doing in this neighborhood?
Kicked us out of the old Osgood place. A bunch of us camping in the tunnels. Talk about rights, but when they want something, they take it.
Maybe I'll look into it. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, so there's obviously some medical bots on this side, but unless you know the code to this one or use a whole bunch of smart tools to bypass this one, then you're just gonna have to pay for it. pay 2,000, they'll tell you the code.
You must pay the doctors in cash before...
Let's see if there's something we can do to mitigate the price a little bit.
I want satisfaction.
We've done all that we can. It's time for you to go.
This is supposed to be a free clinic. Bet you'd do something if I had more money.
You've got the plague, sir.
Yeah, rich people don't get Grey Death.
Don't make me call security.
Like Mr. Billionaire Bob Page. He don't have it. The president don't have it. I never seen a movie star who's got it. You don't have it. Wait your turn.
You should be more appreciative. By helping you, this gentleman risks his own health.
But he won't give me any medicine.
Trust me. When there's a cure, the city will underwrite the cost. The virus threatens everyone.
I don't believe you.
And I won't hesitate to prescribe the treatment for you.
You better not.
Surprisingly relevant themes, even to this day. If you know what I mean.
Thank you. The ones with the plague can be so stubborn sometimes.
Don't mention it.
Let me express my gratitude. You can have the automated care plan for $1,200. That's at a 40% discount. Or a med kit for $180.
Never mind.
Suit yourself.
Let's see, we already have like 12 more kits. And because we have the atomic, we can just bust this open and get 2 more medkits. Just like that. Let's see, we have 2,500 credits, so yeah, we could afford the code if we wanted. But there is another way. And for good measure. Okay, people, free healing for everyone on me. Oh, aqualung or environmental resistance. Which one should I take? Well, I already have trained level in swimming, and obviously there are rebreathers that you can also utilize when swimming, so yeah, environmental resistance. Sure. And top of my health.
Plague tests are free.
Please proceed to the examining room.
Well,
Christ. You see the guy begging for a cure?
Yeah, what about him?
It won't help. There is no cure.
How do you know?
They show you stuff in the military. You want to know the real battlefield? It's microscopic. We can't even see it. Lucky for me, I got immunizations, but that guy, well, once you're infected, you're infected.
And what about me?
I don't know. You got lucky. Not a bad thing to be.
I always have time to listen to old men talking about the wisdom. Talking words of wisdom.
All clear.
Okay. Yeah, I think now we'll just start progressing towards our actual objective. So, biocell over here. Lockpick over here. If you do a little platforming, you can bypass the lasers. No, this is the elevator that they were talking. 3316, the code. But I'm not actually gonna Should I just come here to pick up the rockets, even though I'm not using a rocket launcher right now? Oh, and then just a few. Stack some boxes. Choose probably enough here. Stack some boxes. So, two small ones on top of, or two small ones that you can already jump on top of the barrel. Then again, a little platforming exercise. And this room should look familiar. This is the one which had the augmentation upgrade. This box has a flamethrower, but we don't have the space to carry it. And I'm not really spec'd into... Which way? Am I going the right way? I think I am, yeah.
Watch for lambs. I'm picking up sonic transducer activity. I'm sending you a satellite image that should help you plan your approach.
Yeah, save the game. Yeah, if you're quick enough, you can not only disarm a lamb, but you can also have one for yourself. His patrol route should take him past here, so I'm just waiting for him to make his rounds. I think he's coming. is also a guard on top there. Fortunately, he didn't now see us. Sniper. Just wait. And then wait some more.
Look for the building with the antennas. Yeah, we're already full on medkits, so... Let's use our light augmentation just to see. Oh, maybe that was, yeah, another one of these biocells here. Close call. All this really was, what the primary purpose was, to eliminate these snipers over here, so that later down the line they will not be a problem. You could actually drop down here to that little beam, and then on top, from top of that beam you could basically jump on the other side. That's also one way you can approach. Oh. So that could... Oof. And we
we are untrained with demolition, so that was really close to being really close to detonation. We can also land to clear out the way here. Yeah, NSF Righteous. That's the logging that they are using. What's the code for the bridge? 2577. Yeah, works even in here. But there are laser tripwires all over the place. But if you turn this valve over here, it opens the grate underneath. Now, this is where it pays off to have at least one level of swimming skill, because otherwise you would not be able to negotiate this swimming obstacle without taking damage. If you have trained, it's just enough that you can get through. You know, if you don't, take your time, you can get stuck or disorientated. So NSF Righteous. Finally some multi-tools. Bypass this electric panel which will well, it shuts down all the whole laser grid on this side. I mean, this is the door we just opened 5 minutes ago. Okay, time to try to do a little bit of sneaking around in here. Hopefully without getting caught. Yeah, there's a camera over there. But that camera is on. Some camera detected me. Oh, that's what I see. Ramp codes. Okay, we also had office code somewhere, so 9923.
shut down the volcanoes. Fix. Oh, I wonder if this is gonna attract. Well, there's no, but oh, even that one is still in. Well, the content of that safe is actually another augmentation canister, but I would either have to use 6 lockpicks to open it quietly or a lamp to open it loudly. Now 6 picks is a waste, and a loud bang will certainly attract the attention of the enemies, so I'm just gonna...
Like Billy the Kid, man. We're outlaws.
Hope the dog didn't see me. Close the door. Pretty sure dogs can't open this, so... But there are more dogs in here. This terminal controls the generator, so you can actually turn off the coolant, which will cause it to overheat.
Good job, JC. The power just died at the NSF headquarters. Now it's up to Paul. Go to the roof. A chopper is arriving with Agent Herman on board. He will lock down the warehouse while you take the chopper back to HQ.
Yeah, that augmentation canister contains the leg augmentations, so either speed enhancement or the silent running, but that's not the only opportunity to get one. So I'm actually okay just let Herman take care of it. chasing them down. Let's go and have a look.
Oh, there's one left in there. Is he gonna run into Gunther? Yeah, I think he is. Oh, or rather, I think he's gonna. Let's see. Guess I'll let's have a good turn to fall back to.
Vanderlee has assigned me the peacekeeping occupation of this district.
I took care of the generator. How's the raid going?
They should have sent Agent Navarre. Your brother is timid like a child.
Did something go wrong?
You do not need to hear anything from me. Take the helicopter back to base. I am sure Manderley has planned a debriefing for the top agents.
I'm gonna get this pig.
Well, maybe it's time to hightail it back to you.
Last boarding call. Do not go HQ.
Hey, you're the guy I talked to at the Underworld bar, right? The one asking for beer.
You don't want to fly one of these birds all wound up. They have a temperament, especially in a crosswind.
Let's go.
Save the game.
Okay, I think this is... Actually, no. I was considering stopping the session for now.
Welcome back. Your mission was a success. Just about the only bright side of the operation, unfortunately. Report to Manderley for a briefing.
I was considering ending the session now, but I think what I'll actually do is we'll deal with Unatico HQ, and after that we'll finish it. So there's a multi-tool over here. Anything at the back? Oh, a lockpick. Good.
Mr. Dent.
Yeah?
The prisoners on level 3 are a sensitive matter. Leave the interrogations to Mr. Simons. You are authorized to receive your orders from Joseph Manderley, after which you will return to the helipad.
Simons. You guys from DC? What agency?
Please proceed to Manderley's office. We will expect to see you shortly.
Men in Black. We are Men in Black.
I better make my rounds.
Don't worry about what the guys are saying about Hell's Kitchen.
So, what are the guys saying about Hell's Kitchen? Probably that Paul botched up the mission. And so forth. And the terrorists got away and everything. And save.
Manderley said he's busy, but to wait outside his office.
Okay. Well, if he's busy, then guess we can have a look-see around the office. Recoil weapon modification. But I'm only using one weapon that needs these, and there's plenty to go around, so in a different kind of playthrough, maybe with a more rifle orientated one, I would definitely take that.
Gunther's full of it. Earlier tonight, in the statue, I bet you had at least half a dozen takedowns. At least.
Yeah, at least. And we can hack this again for a couple of 100 credits. $375.
Agent Navarro was grinding gears over how you handled Castle Clinton. Not hard.
Well, if they're busy, I'm not gonna bother them. At least for now. And then let's check our emails. JCD, Bionic Man, J Reyes, congrats. Congrats on surviving your first mission, JC. I know it's all part of the job, but I'm glad to see you back in one piece. More or less, anyways. If you get this message before I get the chance to see you in person, then get your ass down here so I can patch you up. By the way, I hear a few things from up top, and I get the impression that they were definitely taking advantage of this NSF attack to evaluate your performance. So far, everyone seems to be ecstatic. Well, everyone except Gunther, but he's got his own problems. Keep it up, but keep an eye out too. I get the impression sometimes that everyone here has their own agenda. Jaime. And a message from Paul Denton. Watch your back.
I don't have much time, so I'm gonna have to cut this short. They're going to tell you a lot of things about what went on today, and it's probably all going to get pinned on me. I've got my reasons, but I can't go into them right now, not over the net. But you've got to trust me that there are reasons. Maybe I can point you in the right direction. Tap a few computers and see what you come up. Try Mandrily's computer if you can risk it. Password is Night Killer. You might also check Navarre's, but I don't have her password. Cold woman. Be careful around her. And for that matter, everyone else. P. Well, they're still talking. I can go downstairs. Oh, sure. There's some more biocells. Darts. And let's have a chat with Sam Carter. He at least seems to be a decent guy.
Agent Denton, marvelous. In addition to an accuracy weapon modification, I've got a couple of multi-tools.
Mr. Carter, can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
I'm getting the impression that UNATCO is focused more on military operations than law enforcement.
The focus has shifted lately, I agree.
The only way Anna would have been satisfied is if I'd executed every terrorist in Castle Clinton. The standing order seems to be shoot to kill.
Direct intervention is always part of the game. In my day, we were just more civilized about it.
Civilized. That's the word. I guess I was expecting a little more class from the world's anti-terrorist organization.
We just have to strike a balance. Why don't I throw in an extra clip with those multi-tools? I trust you will be able to judge when one or the other is appropriate for achieving mission objectives.
Yeah, of course, if you go guns blazing, then you're gonna have a completely different reaction from Sam Carter. Because JC is then gonna be all boasting about how he's very excited to have the opportunity.
I'd like to know what the feds are doing down in the cell block.
Kill all these terrorists. And to be involved in all this action. And Carter's then gonna criticize you over for it, and then you won't actually get the clip. He won't give you the clip. Not the extra clips. Okay, we are full on multi-tools and lockpicks. And well, get some medkits and talk to Jaime.
Looks pretty bad down here.
Keeps getting worse, too. It must be raining bullets out there.
The NSF aren't kidding around. How you holding up?
Fine. I lost one of the privates because a refrigeration unit went down. That's always hard.
You've got a lot on your hands. Don't beat yourself up over faulty equipment.
By the way, we aren't in such shambles that we can't spare a few medkits. Check the storage closet.
Already ahead of you, Jaime. And top of our health. 31 points, so the equivalent of one medkit.
I was here first. Mr. Manderley is in a meeting, JC. You'll have to wait.
I was told to report for a debriefing.
A debriefing. Do not worry. I will state in my report that I was satisfied with your performance.
Just fire the arrogant son of a bitch.
I wasn't exaggerating. He's our best agent.
We don't need him. We've got his brother, and more on the way.
He knows nothing.
I think he does. You should never have sent him to Hong Kong.
Let's be sensible. We have to look at the whole record.
Look, I understand. He was your pet project, but it's out of my hands. Now that the shipment's been lost.
I know. I will comply with the order.
That's all I ask. Carry on. I'm going downstairs to interrogate the prisoners.
I cannot wait forever. He will see you when he's ready.
Carry on, Agent.
Government official.
Agent Denton, at your service.
Denton. Yes, I hear you're turning out to be quite an asset to the Coalition.
Doing my best, sir. Forgive me, but I do not believe I know your name.
We aren't ready for an introduction yet. No, it's not time. Just keep your nose to the pavement. You'll be well rewarded. Trust me.
Of course, we could do what he tells us and just go and talk with Mandarin.
We're looking to you to set an example.
Yes. And to get on with the mission, or the next mission. But there's nothing stopping us from following this guy to the cell blocks. Well, it's no use running because it's not gonna make him walk any faster. So just walk. Okay, I think soon I have to have some good timing.
I have an important matter to attend to.
Me too, what a coincidence.
I have one question.
They already asked. I don't know.
One must admire a man who can keep a secret because he has value. What you know more than others makes money and gives you a measure of power.
You Walton Simons, you think I could be bribed?
Margaret Forsyth under NSF protection in Queens. Your son Richard attending Bronx Science. You see, I have a few relevant facts myself. Care to make a trade?
You wouldn't dare.
I'll give you 2 seconds to decide. Get out of here, Denton. This is none of your business.
I can sum it all up in one word. Self-reliance. That's what we stand for.
How about you tell me where that shipment is being taken?
UNATCO assumes that people are incapable of protecting themselves and therefore should submit to surveillance and intimidation by an outside force. We won't do it.
Time's up. Where is the NSF taking the ambrosia?
They asked me already. I don't know.
Need I remind you that in the case of a national emergency, FEMA has a list of 6 million Americans who will be transported to detention centers? Your tabloids call it RX-84.
Yeah, including the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court.
In my position, I find it very easy to add names to that list.
Go to hell.
The governments of the world believe an average citizen should not face the threat of terrorism alone.
We don't need your help. The technology exists today for an individual to protect his property against explosives, firearms, surveillance, intrusion, contamination.
Get the hell out of here, Denton.
350 million fortresses is not my idea of the land of the free.
It's better than one big fortress constructed by a corrupt government against its people.
The United States government has had emergency powers since World War II. We've never left a state of war.
Speak for yourself. The federal government is just responding to a threat.
A government should be about more than self-perpetuation.
You will confess, by the way. I don't like to dirty my hands with that sort of thing, but you will confess.
It's simple numbers. Big companies pay like 2% tax. Well, you and me, we pay like 50. It's the tax code that makes sure big bureaucracy gets bigger and people have no power.
You have an assignment in New York, Agent. I expect you to follow orders.
Let's get back to the subject of the missing vaccine.
All taxes are social engineering. That's always been their real purpose.
I'm not going to stand here and listen to you badmouth the greatest democracy the world has ever known.
What happens is that politicians get money from big companies, so all the social engineering is for making big companies. Like I said, it's simple numbers.
Certain intellectual properties, aside from the quantities of vaccine, concern me deeply. Has the NSF made any attempt at reverse engineering?
Leave me alone.
A government shouldn't have to occupy its own country with troops.
If you wanted to save people, you could have unloaded the whole shipment in Manhattan, or the airlift.
You said it yourself. Secrets are power.
If there wasn't organized oppression, there wouldn't be organized resistance, and what you call terrorism would not exist.
We have less civilized ways of making you talk.
You can lock me up, but you can't lock up the truth.
I am a patient man.
Ask me if I care.
But not that patient.
If there wasn't organized oppression, there wouldn't be...
You saw nothing, Denton. Report to Manderley.
Ouch. Yeah, we got a little splash damage from that shotgun. 32 points to our...
Your turn. See what you can find out in Manhattan.
To our right.
I don't think you're supposed to be down here, Agent.
Yeah, but I also don't think government officials should be executing prisoners. So...
I better make my rounds.
There's that. Yeah, a bit more healing, and then we'll have a chat with our boss and then head to our next mission, but then we'll end this session there.
I am next.
Why didn't you go before? There was a very long gap between that guy and me.
Hello, JC. Come in. Clerical task first. Your op bonus is split between the Castle Clinton and warehouse objectives, 500 each. You get the full 1,000 plus 200 for how you handle the hostage situation in the Battery Park subway station. Good work across the board.
Thank you, sir. Who is that you were meeting with?
Politics, bureaucracy, mismanagement. JC, I've got some bad news. The mission failed.
I would have taken out that JoJo punk, but he wasn't even in the warehouse.
Never mind that. He slipped out before you even got to New York.
What about the shipment?
I'm just going to say it straight, JC. Your brother screwed up. We got nothing, and he's taking the heat this time. The Coalition is letting him go.
What went wrong?
We don't know. He hasn't reported back. The rest of the strike force says he lost his nerve.
I think he was trying to avoid casualties. In Hell's Kitchen, instead of clips for the troops, he was issuing tear gas.
Whatever the case, now it's your turn. We've got one more chance to retake that shipment.
Has it been located?
Take the chopper back to the city. We know they plan to put the Ambrosia on a plane, but we don't know which airfield.
Where should I start?
If I were the NSF, I'd be moving it through the subways, the abandoned parts of the infrastructure.
I'll check out the subways.
I have been waiting for 20 minutes.
Sorry, Anna. What is it?
I would like to be reassigned to Agent Herman.
Why? Is Agent Denton...
He completed his objective, but our tactics are incompatible.
In other words, he didn't kill everything in sight.
He could have made a more thorough search for NSF targets, yes.
From Anna Navarre. As ordered, I have maintained a close watch on Agent Denton during our operation in New York. I have found his performance to be adequate to the task, if not without certain occasional reluctance. But it is my opinion that nano-augmentations in no way compensate for experience, and Agent Denton quite obviously has a considerable amount of learning to do before he can be considered a fully qualified agent. Agent Herman concurs with this evaluation. I will file a more detailed report when time allows. W.S. I will be arriving Liberty Island, I guess, meaning Liberty, later today to survey the situation and assess the viability of the primary subject. Unless there are extenuating circumstances that you've so far failed to present to us, it is our belief that the primary may need to be terminated in favor of the secondary. Continue to profile the secondary's response to authority and mission objectives. If there is any deviation, isolate the subject for debriefing upon my arrival. Yeah, WS is actually Walton Simons, the guy we were just talking there. The guy who interrogated prisoners. And of course the primary unit is Paul Denton and the secondary unit is us.
Our pilot Jock is waiting for you at the helipad. Let's not be hasty. He will improve.
You have your orders for Mr. Manderley.
Okay, yeah. I think this has actually been a rather long episode. Wrapping up the Hell's Kitchen and
Hope this one turns out a little better.
And the warehouse district. And now this second visit to United HQ.
Your chopper's ready, Agent.
Thank you.
Gunther's full of it. Earlier tonight, in the statue, I bet you had at least half a dozen takedowns. At least.
Get on the helicopter, Mr. Denton. Simons did not appreciate your interference.
Agent Navarro was grinding gears over how you handled Castle Clinton. Not hard to flip her switch, is it?
Okay. Oh. Well. Okay, I think that's enough for now. It's been a very, very long episode for now, so we'll stop. And when we continue, then we'll head back to Battery Park and continue searching for the missing barrels of ambrosia and locating the airfield that has been mentioned. Okay, see you next time.